All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, August 16th. How's everybody doing today?
Woohoo!
Whoa, great.
Come on.
Hi, listen, everybody, I love it. Okay, that's enough. I got to mute you now. I love having you guys talking to me, but I can hear somebody's in their car, and it just makes the recording. I hate to do it. I'd love to be able to leave it open the whole call, but anyway. Today we are very fortunate to have the man who was Rookie of the Year 2 years ago out of the St. Rose office in Las Vegas, Nevada, Koko Darakjian. Koko, please hit *6 on your phone so we can hear you. *6.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, you sound great, my man.
All right.
Your last name, right? Darakjian?
You did.
Yes.
Koko for
yes,
short.
I tricked him when he was going to win a Rookie of the Year. He was in my coaching, and he was on the call first, which worked out perfectly. And I said, you know what, you've never say your last name for me, because I was actually doing the awards that year and wanted to make sure I pronounced his name right because Gordon was on vacation. Then I told him afterwards. Yeah. I figured it was something like that. Anyway, Koko,
that was good.
I am a salesperson, remember?
Very true.
All right, my man. Tell them a little about yourself, how long you've been doing this, and all that good stuff.
Wow. Okay. Well, I just actually re-signed my license, so I'm good for another 2 years, and I've been doing this now for exactly 3 years. Like Rick said, the first year getting into the business, I was able to become Rookie of the Year. And then the following year, all of a sudden 2020 hits and COVID, and I go, oh my God, did I do the right thing scenario? But I did. I'm having a phenomenal 2021 right now. Doing well. But prior to me getting into the real estate side of it, I was in the development end of it, building homes, doing commercial projects. I was operations manager for a big 1 million square foot mall. So I had a lot of insight in the construction industry, which I think helped me out a little bit in regards to what to see, what to know, because I believe that knowledge in any industry is very crucial. So I shouldn't say retired, but I kind of that was in the retail side. So in 2018, I kind of said, okay, this is it. Retail is no longer where I want to be. What do I want to do? And kind of gave in my resignation and went out and got my real estate license in late 2018, basically. So I really started doing everything the beginning of 2019 sort of thing. And went around looking for what brokerages, to be honest with you, would be the right fit for me, and I did interview a couple, and I interviewed with Carlos at our St. Rose office for the Berkshire Hathaway brand, and lo and behold, it's been 3 years, and I'm still going strong.
Yeah, that Carlos is a rock star. Arliss too, both of them. It's great.
Yeah, having good backup is really important, because in the beginning, you have no clue, honestly, as to what needs to be done. And by having them there, supporting you, it makes things really, really easy.
Yeah, it is great. Carlos he knows the VAC, he knows the company tools, he knows all that good stuff too. It's really helpful when you can get that help. And we have, you got 2 managers here, and same with every other branch in Vegas, because of the number of agents for sure. But as you know, if you're somebody who's busy and doing it, they're available for you, which is great.
Yeah, and that's very important, because sometimes over the weekend, whether you like it or not, you're going to be doing stuff in our industry, and they're very easy to get a hold of. You text them or you call them, and it's crucial. You don't realize it in the beginning, but it's very, very important sort of thing. And the other thing I found, a lot of the seasoned agents that are part of the Berkshire brand, they have no problem helping you out, which is a big, big plus. So that makes a new agent's life a lot easier, sort of thing. So let me tell you, the first year getting into it, I kind of said, okay, so what do you do? How do you start, sort of thing? So I think I did everything that an agent can do, from door knocking to handing out flyers to cold calling to doing open houses, doing rentals. I think one of my biggest things, and I know Rick's things about me doing, the reason I did rentals is because I learned the market. I went to places that I didn't even know existed in Vegas. When you do rentals, you've got to almost go everywhere. So I took that as a learning experiences, learning communities, subdivisions, and all that kind of stuff, which helps out tremendously. So if someone says, "Oh yeah, this place on this location," you kind of know where it is. Mm-hmm. So I did everything. I mean, I don't do rentals as much anymore since kind of elevated things a little bit, but that was a big, tremendous help for me to learn the industry when I first started.
Yeah, it is great, isn't it? Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so go ahead. What were you going to say?
No. I mean, I know people don't like doing it, but like I said, I did it mostly to learn what's out there, because without doing that, I would not have known communities even existed.
Right. Absolutely. Good. And tell me a little bit how you do your business. Like, I know that you're out there, you're knocking, you're dropping, you're doing all kinds of stuff, just so they understand that you jumped into this. You had some retail and commercial real estate experience, but ultimately residential was brand new to you. You had to learn the whole thing, didn't you?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, I learned the whole thing from start, sort of thing. So the first thing I did was, when I got my license, is do open houses. Everybody says, well, you got to learn your scripts, you got to learn this and that. Well, what better way of talking to people when you do an open house? So Arliss and Carlos used to print out vacant MLS sheets, and I would grab them and basically call up other agents that had listings and say, hey, can I do an open house for you Friday, Saturday, Sunday? So I did that for, oh my God, straight for 8-9 months. I did open houses over the weekend, and it was great because I was able to talk to people, see what they want, stuff like that. Started building up a big amount of people that were looking for stuff. It doesn't matter if they're not looking for something now, but it could be down the road. And the other big tool that I did use was the VAC. So every time I had somebody sign up, email, this, that, I put them in my VAC as a contact and put them on the drip campaign, and lo and behold, you'd get an email back saying that, hey, you just sent me something or whatever. So that VAC, whether it's just out of sight, out of mind, you put them in there and it does its thing, sort of thing. So I did open houses. Then I started to do door knocking, and I did it with another co-worker of mine, Deborah Martinez, and we did that for a good year. We went out door knocking, and we were successful doing that until COVID hit, and then we had to stop that because people got funny, knocking at the door and stuff like that. So we stopped that. We've restarted it again beginning, but then we've had to stop it now again because we're back down to masks, and it's really tough wearing a mask in this heat. So we've kind of stopped that. The other thing I did do is whenever I had a listing, I would do brochures and I would mail them out to a 4-mile radius of where I sold that house. And I usually do that with Rhonda Huckabee, who is our equity title sales lady. She would do the brochure. I would massage it a little bit, then take it to PostNet. They would print it, and I would send them out. So I've done everything. Everything you can think of that you need to do, I've done.
I know. It's awesome. It's awesome. Well, you've got to be proactive in this business, right, in order to do business. That's the key. And you jumped right into it.
I did. I jumped right into it. I know we were, it's me, and then there's a couple of other people on our group call that me and you have, Rick. And, with low inventory, I had to think out of the box a little bit. And I think you did the same thing as what I've done, sort of thing, too. So I went out and started looking for small little home builders and finding them properties, whether it be 4 acres, 5 acres, or whatever, showing them the profit they can make by subdividing them into smaller lots and building custom homes. So I'm in escrow on 2 vacant land deals right now for some builders. So always thinking out of the box. So, that not only is that good now, but the deal was that I would be the agent as well in the future for the homes. So that kind of fills my pipeline for the next year or so.
Okay.
I've done it, so I
Good.
know what's involved, but definitely, I mean, that's another means or another avenue of filling your pipeline for the future.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, cool. All right, and now, and like you said, you've been involved in my coaching since the beginning. You're in a great group now. Everybody shows up, and it's everybody's moving forward, which is it's kind of good. It's kind of good to be in that. And the reason I'm bringing it up is I have Success Series coming up this week, and so many people on this call may consider joining my coaching. So I think it's good when you're in a good group like yours to get some of that additional support, see people in different areas going through it. Number one, where you stand. Number two, they have very similar, needs to yours, don't they?
They do. The other thing I do, I'm also with your group every Wednesday, and then I'm also on a group in St. Rose, another mastermind group that we hold every Tuesday. And I believe that's very important. I don't care what group you're in or whatever. It's very important not only to be held accountable, to hold yourself accountable in regards to, waking up in the morning and going to work and doing it, not saying, I'm not doing this, because I think everybody said you've got to treat this as a business. This is not a hobby.
It's not a hobby. Exactly right.
Yeah. One of my biggest things that I tell everybody, with my kids, and if you don't give up something, you can never fail at it. So I just keep moving forward. Sooner or later, you will see the fruits, but you can't give up. Because once you put that mindset in you that you're going to give up, then it changes everything. Yeah, you're right. And if you have the attitude of you're not going to give up, or this is your option, like you said, I picked this. And like you said, the beginning of 2020 was probably a little scary for you, but then it kicked right back into gear, and it ended up being a pretty phenomenal year, didn't it? It did, It was scary in the sense that, well, oh my God, what do? You've done open houses, you've been door knocking, and all of a sudden those doors close, and you can't do that anymore. So guess what? You got to think of another way of doing business. McDonald's didn't close its doors just because people didn't show up. They figured out a way of doing, drive-throughs a lot more convenient sort of thing. So I did, I called a lot more during 2020 than I ever had before, whether it be SOI or just listed, just sold area and the stuff like that. And I heavily relied upon my previous sales too, call them, say, hey, listen, I know I did a good job for you, or did I do a good job for you? Can you refer me to anybody that that's gonna buy, sell? I'd love to help them out. Yeah, that's such a great idea. Yeah, you went to the phone because the door knocking wasn't an option for a little while, right? Yeah, I mean, door knocking in open houses, it was like shut down. You couldn't do those. Well, and it was tough. You had to have gloves, you had to have sanitizers, you had to do this. People were scared. So it was a difficult time. And then the other thing I've kind of done too now is connected with other agents in other states. For instance, just a month ago, I sold them a house here. They were looking to move to Florida, and I popped the question, well, who do you know in Florida that's going to help you buy the house? Well, we don't know anybody. So hooked up with a Berkshire Hathaway agent over there and did a referral, and it's another means of business. Right. Good. Okay, perfect. All right, love it. All right, so no, let's go right to the question then. I think it's good for them to hear. Well, before we do that, tell them about you get like 4 offers on a property, and then you'd go door knocking with the people that did, with the. Tell them about that. I wanted them to hear before we get into the next part. Okay, So this house that I had listed about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, we had 12 offers on it, and it was crazy. I mean, everybody was crazy. So I kind of, with my mastermind group and Rick, I kind of said, well, you know what, maybe I should try this out of the box thing, sort of thing. So what I did, I took the offers after we sold it. I took the offers and put them in an envelope and went door knocking to the whole neighborhood. And I said, hey, I just sold a house on Glen Iris Street. We got over ask, and I have 7 other offers in my hand that are looking for the exact same house. Do you want to sell and make money? I'd love to list it, and one of these people on this offer could be on your house, sort of thing. So it went really well, sort of thing. I didn't get anything, I'm going to be honest, and it's because it's a really nice community. So unless you're really moving and everything like that, you're kind of stay put. But the feedback was great. Really? You got that many, sort of thing? So that was just another means of door knocking, just not you having something in your hand to show them that it's true that there are offers coming in.
Yep. Good. Okay, so let's get into my favorite question. Knowing what you know now 2 years later, in your 3rd year now, and like you said, you were Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, which was actually you got the award 2 years ago, but it was 3 years ago when your first full year. What would be the 3 most important pieces of advice you would tell them, okay, that you know now?
Be consistent.
Yeah.
Number 1, you've got to be consistent. You can't say, oh, I did great this month, I'm going to take 2 months off and start up again, because it does not work that way, because you're going to be behind in a couple of months, sort of thing. So one of the biggest things I have is you have to be consistent. Number 2,
good.
Do everything that you can in the business. Like I said, try everything. See which is the best niche for you, because that's what kind of helped me. I just didn't stick to one thing. I did door knocking, open houses, calls. Do the one that you think you feel more comfortable with and that you're good at. And that would be another thing, is try everything. Don't be stuck on one thing, because, you could be a great basketball player, but you might be better at running, sort of thing. Who knows? But that's it. The 3rd thing is knowledge. Learn as much as you can in the beginning, because that helped me out tremendously. I did everything on my own, from all the transactions, so that this way I knew what every contract was. I knew what every listing agreement was. I knew what a BAC was. I knew everything that went with that listing or that buying sort of scenario with your clients. Because if they're going to ask you a question, if you don't know it, I know you can get it, but it would be very helpful if you had that knowledge in the thing. So the first 2-3 months, take advantage of everything. Be a sponge as much as you can and learn everything you can.
Yeah, and I like what you said about try everything, because I'm just going to guess here. I'm going to go out on a limb. When you joined real estate, you probably didn't say, "I can't wait to be a door knocker."
Yeah,
it's something you kind of.
No, you're absolutely right. I had no idea what that even was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have known if someone told me, "Oh, you're going to have to go around door knock." I go, "What do you mean door knock?" Yeah, I would not have known that.
Picking up, selling Girl Scout cookies. I know I've had all kinds of comments. You want me to beg for business? No, I can't understand how people don't see door knocking as being fun. The door. I'm going to be honest. The phone's harder than door knocking, I think. Don't you?
Oh my God, yeah. Because usually when you're door knocking, you can see somebody's facial expression.
Yeah.
Right. And it's a lot harder for them to slam the door on you than it is for them to slam the door on you when you're calling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love people walking their dogs and outside working, and I talk to everybody like I'm the mayor of my little farm there, and then eventually you get treated like the mayor of your farm. I used to make it a competition too. Like, if somebody had a grumpy face on, I would like to make my smile even big. It's really tough to get mad at somebody who's out there with a clipboard, with a big smile, professionally dressed, giving information about listing sales, open houses to homes in their own neighborhood. That's my theory. It's really tough to get mad. So how's your response been out there door knocking?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, remember, it's not only, I'll give you an example. Me and Deborah were door knocking 6 months ago prior to, COVID hitting again. And we knocked on a gentleman's door and, we asked him, hey, we're such and such from Berkshire Hathaway. Would you be interested in selling your house, or are you interested, or do you know of somebody interested in buying or selling? He goes, well, no, I'm going to die here. And that just started the whole conversation off, sort of thing, We stayed there, and he goes, but you know what? Let me tell you something. 2 houses down, the couple is getting divorced. Oh. So we actually went and knocked on their door, left our card and everything like that. So it's not only door knocking for that one particular house. You get to find out other things in the area. And, I mean, we've got numerous deals by door knocking, by the way. I mean, one community, we did like 4 deals.
Just from door knocking?
By door knocking. Just by door knocking, yeah, we did one.
And you team up, too. You team up. Tell them a little about that so they can understand what that is, because I know you're not the only one that does that. I got some other agents in this office that do it as well.
Well, the reason I teamed up is because Deborah kind of did not feel comfortable door knocking as a woman on her own, so she had asked me, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try this, and it was good because now you've got 2 people for the price of one. You kind of tell them, sort of thing. You're getting 2 real estate agents, and we're not going to charge you. We're going to we usually split it and stuff like that, but it makes so much more easily conversation. Good cop, bad cop sometimes with us and things like that. But it was great.
She's great too. So you got experience. You got experienced agents, and then you've got new and energetic and enthusiastic. Not that she's not, because she is too, right? Out there, and they split them so that way. So you guys understand this. So they'll do more business, but they split it. And the reason I wanted you to explain that is because you guys, you said the key words. She was uncomfortable, and you were new. The combination together, hey, let's do it, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I mean, she felt funny, as a woman or something, or she didn't know what would happen or whatever when she's door knocking. If she would, who knows in this time. So she said, "Would you mind doing it?" I said, "Absolutely not." So we did that, and like I said, we were successful. And then COVID hit, and so we had to find different avenues and stuff like that. But don't be afraid of door knocking. I can tell you that from now. It's no different than an open house. When somebody walks in and you talk to them, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely true. Okay, so and just one more question for you. Okay, so all that's great. Really appreciate you. I'm sure people out there are getting a gist. Guys, if you're not doing the business you want, you got to talk to people on the phone, or you got to go door knocking. It is the answer to most of your problems. Now, okay, so you answered the first one about being consistent. Give them an idea of some things that, I know you've already mentioned a few of them, some things that you are super consistent with so your production can be where it is.
Okay, one of my biggest things is I wake up in the morning, get dressed. I don't lay around. Go straight to work. I start off my day basically with 4 phone calls to my SOI, and that's a given. There's no matter what, I have to call 4 of, whether it be a friend, cousin, whatever, 4 contacts to my SOI, and then after that, then I start going into my drip campaign to see who I'm supposed to call and follow up with. Leads and everything. I usually do that for till about noon, and then after that, I usually do any paperwork that's got to be done on some of my listings and stuff like that. I change it up a bit when we're door knocking. So we would usually door knock, for instance, Mondays and Thursdays. So I would door knock with her early in the morning with Deborah till about 11. Go into the office, make 4 calls to my SOI, follow up with my drip campaign, and then same thing again, do paperwork. But yeah, consistency is, and I always put everything in my calendar, whether I do it right away. For instance, saying, oh, I got to text this person or I got to call this person. I'll usually put it in my calendar to follow up within an hour, 2 hours, because you forget. No matter what, we're all human. We forget. So I usually put everything in my calendar.
Good. Yeah, that's the key right there. Everything is time blocked, and all those things that you mentioned, I think is critically important.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, because we're human. We forget.
Yes, we're human. We definitely forget. And I think it's crazy. Unless you have it all written down. Plus, when you have it written down, it clears your mind to do what you're doing. You don't have to worry about it. Especially with our Gmail system with the schedule attached, and you have no excuse not to be super organized. Time block schedule. Take Success Series this week, folks. I'm doing it Monday through Friday in the St. Rose bullpen, on Zoom for CE, and on Google Hangouts for everybody else in all the other markets. So I will be doing a live one in both markets, Arizona and California, before the end of the year, though. So, all right, Koko, any final words you want to leave these wonderful people?
Don't ever get discouraged in this business, because it's very easy to get discouraged, and become part of a group, whether it be Mastermind or Rick's group or whatever, because that will help you motivate and get you out of that rut sometimes that you're in. Even, I mean, I got into it for like 2-3 months going, what the hell, what's going on? Markets, this, that. But people will help you get out of it, basically. So if you can, get yourself in a group or a mastermind group, sort of thing, that will be able to lift you up when you need that lifting up.
Absolutely, my man. All right, Koko, Darakjian. Okay, so send all your referrals, Arizona and California, to Koko Darakjian in the St. Rose office. Really appreciate you taking your time out today, my man. Everybody else will do this in a week. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Koko. Woo!
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. You got it, my man.